Majestic Sound, Seaview Girl didn't go on with it in the straight. Then Count Chicoli with Cot Rocket, and one at the last home was Cordo Road.
Right, C Scandal number 9, the winner there of the third event, and jockey L Harris is certain to have a sore arm tomorrow. He was hard at work and certainly earned his percentage there. It's a photo for second and third between King Rang number 7 and at number 6 Imperial Coup 9, and a photo the third in Brisbane. The fourth, the
people, and over on the inside, Golden Sino and Golden Junior began well, and they're coming down towards the first of their fences now, and moving up as Tagari out in the centre, and Mr. Mint has begun well. He's further out as they come down towards his first one with the Builder. Tagari in the centre is the leader over that from Mr. Mint, the Builder, followed by Golden Junior, Golden Sino back nearer the rail. Here's the second fence coming up from Paddington Boy and Canna High. Mr. Mint on the outside, racing well away from the fence, but he's gone up to Tagari now, and they're 2 lengths in front now of the Builder, and over on the inside is Golden Junior. 3 to Golden Sino, and they're followed by Paddington Boy, Canna High the centre. Further back, Camden Boy, Cozy Kid back on the inside of Arabian Myth, and last of all, Actor Supremacy. The first down the lane, Tagari led Mr. Mint. The Builder, the Grey, went up third, and over along the inside there is making some ground Golden Junior as they go to the next. The Builder tucked into it there. It's Tagari and Mr. Mint coming down towards the third fence now in the first round. Not much between them. Tagari on the outside, about a neck in front. Mr. Mint got up on the inside and handled his fence well. About 5 lengths further back than the Builder. Over on the inside, then Golden Junior as they come to the next, followed by Camden Boy, Golden Sino, then Arabian Myth, Paddington Boy, Cozy Kid, Canna High, Actor Supremacy. Tagari jumped that well. And that's the fifth down the lane, coming towards the sixth fence. And Tagari, the leader, took off and landed well over that, about 2 in front. Mr. Mint, the favourite, second, and they've got out about 5 lengths in front of the Grey, the Builder, third. 2 lengths further back, then Golden Junior, followed by Camden Boy, 3 to Arabian Myth, Golden Sino, Cozy Kid, Canna High, Paddington Boy, and last of all is Actor Supremacy. Running out, and they've got about 2,000 metres to go here in the steeple, and the leader is Tagari. He's only about 1 3/4 lengths in front of Mr. Mint. They've got 7 fences to go. The next one will come up at the base of the hill, then they'll miss the one after it, and the leader is Tagari, about 1.5 lengths to 2 to Mr. Mint. 5 further back in the field, the Builder. 4 then to Golden Junior on the inside of Camden Boy. 2 to Arabian Myth, the gap, Golden Sino, Cozy Kid. Then further back, Paddington Boy, Canna High, and Actor Supremacy. Here's the first one going up the hill, the one up there with about 1,650 metres to go. Mr. Mint comes away from the rail. Over that, oh, he hit it with everything, Mr. Mint. Went straight through it, and another one down out the back, Actor Supremacy. And there's another one, I think it's Golden Junior, the stablemates out of that. And as they go around that second fence going up the hill, he's recovered Mr. Mint. He's going out after the leader, Tagari. Tagari coming up towards the double on top of the hill now with about 1,400 metres to go by 3 lengths to Mr. Mint, 4 lengths to Camden Boy, and here's Arabian Myth putting in a long run. On the fence, the Builder, and 4 lengths Golden Sino, and then a gap to Canna High, Paddington Boy and Cozy Kid, and the stablemates Golden Junior and Actor Supremacy out of it. At the first of the double on top of the hill. Over that they go. Tagari only about 1 length in front with 1,200 to go. Here's the second fence coming up. Tagari shifted ground and Mr. Mint got up on the inside to tackle him. 1.5 lengths to Arabian Myth and Camden Boy. 3 to the Builder, 5 lengths for the back, Golden Sino, a gap, Canna High, Paddington Boy, and then Cozy Kid. Tagari led by nearly 1 length now. On the inside of him is Mr. Mint. Camden Boy's gone to third, only a neck away, and 1 length then to Arabian Myth, and they're 5 to the Builder, and a long gap then in the field to Golden Sino. Coming down the side. 4 fences to get over, about 1,000 to go, and it's Tagari in front, about 1/2 length in front of Camden Boy. 1.5 lengths to Mr. Mint. Arabian Myth went around him. Coming down 850 out now. Here's the 4th last fence coming up. Camden Boy tackling Tagari from Arabian Myth. 1 length for the back, reaching for that one as Mr. Mint. He's battling on though. A gap in the field to Golden Sino, and then further back was the Builder. At the third last of the 650 metre mark, over that Mr. Mint got into it again, and Camden Boy hit the lead. Camden Boy went to the front. He's racing very wide from Arabian Myth coming at him from Tagari. A long gap to Mr. Mint. Around the turn they come. They contacted there with Arabian Myth getting up on the inside of Camden Boy, and they're well clear of Tagari and Mr. Mint. Here's the second last fence coming up. Arabian Myth got into it. So did Camden Boy. They're both very tired. 1 fence out now, and Arabian Myth has hit the lead by 2 lengths to Camden Boy. Over the last, Arabian Myth landed 2 in front of Camden Boy. For the back in the field, Golden Sino, Mr. Mint and Tagari, but Arabian Myth revelling in the going through the gap. The jumping is all over, and so's the race because Arabian Myth is racing away. He's going to win this very easily today. Arabian Myth kept going by Worthington, has raced out about 10 to 15 lengths in front, and at the judge it's an easy win for Arabian Myth by the best part of 15 lengths. Camden Boy second, Golden Sino got up to run third. A long gap to Mr. Mint. He hit that one hard about 1,300 metres from home, and then Canna High, followed by Tagari, then the Builder. And let's have a look. We've got 3 riderless and 1 that hasn't completed the course, and that is Cozy Kid. I don't think he jumped the last Cozy Kid. He's just coming through the gap now. And 3 of them to come to grief here were Golden Junior and also Act of Supremacy. And there's another one. This Cozy Kid just cantering up the straight now. Golden Junior coming back to the enclosure. Act of Supremacy also went down. And another riderless one here just being collected up there, and that's number 6, which is Paddington Boy. Oh, very easy win there to that fellow, Arabian Myth. He claimed the leaders pretty comfortably going up on top of the hill. Missed a minute. It was a miraculous feat by the rider to get back into the saddle. The horse hit it with everything. He's just coming away from the heels of the leader, Tagari, when they were going up towards the top of the double. And we'll have a look at it again. There he goes, Mr. Nets. Struck his nose, hit the ground. And the rider did a big job. Nick Harnett to stay in the saddle. He was about to claim that leader, Tagari, and he was going to be very hard to beat, but that was the end of his chances. It took too much out of him, and the numbers in the frame are 2, 5 and 8. Number 2, the winner. Number 2, Arabian Myth, P. Worthington. Number 5 is second, Camden Boy, P. Goss. Number 8 is third, Golden Sino, K. Win, 2, 5 and 8. The placings on the hillside steeplechase, race number 3. The horses that came to grief are all okay. We'll get a report on the jocks as soon as we can. The horses there, Paddington Boy, Golden Junior, and also Act of Supremacy.
Well, we're standing by to take you to Sydney for the running of the next event there. Candidates are moving into the barrier, and as we saw Country Club taking out the previous event, the first was won by Minuetto Rouge. Let's take a look at the result from Sandown just before they jump in Sydney. Arabian Myth, 265 and 95. Can hardly keep the smile off Jenny Chapman's face. Camden Boy, $1.10. Golden Sino, $3.75. The Quinella returned $11.65. And the trifecta was $385.45. And thankfully for Roy Higgins, Jenny Chapman didn't tip that, so she won't be giving him any more ear bashing.
The trifecta, that is.
Oh, no, Pete, it's okay. She did tip the winner. That's it's making it pretty tough sitting here. What about...
They're just about set in Sydney, Roy, so we'll take you up there now, and here's Ian Craig.
Racing in the third. It was a lovely start and timely move amongst the best to begin. Immediately headed by Comic Relief and Barrymore Lass going quickly. Spinnaker Bay caught out very wide, and What's Cooking hunting up. Roses for Us looking for the lead. Timely move now dropping off from Whispering Sands, and then Feminine Ways, and last is Trilogy Miss. As they gallop 400 metres, Comic Relief is just in front, but 3 deep, Spinnaker Bay having a shot at it now. Roses for Us 2 away, third a length, Barrymore Lass and What's Cooking on the inside, then Timely Move and Feminine Ways. Whispering Sound second last, and 2.5 to Trilogy Miss. On past the 600, Spinnaker Bay on the outside, and Comic Relief are having a real deal with Comic Relief just the leader. 2.5 Roses for Us, a length Barrymore Lass and What's Cooking, and 1 further away next is Timely Move. Around the turn now, and Spinnaker Bay the outside. She's had to work a little. She and Comic Relief stride for stride, a length and a half on Roses for Us, and What's Cooking is joining in, and then Timely Move at the 200, and quickly the Denim pair have raced past on the inside, Spinnaker Bay and a Comic Relief, and What's Cooking is just in front of the stablemate Timely Move. Timely Move having a shot at What's Cooking. What's Cooking's running. Timely Move off the track. What's Cooking just in front of Timely Move. What's Cooking has won it in the nose, but there'll be a protest. What's Cooking a nose, Timely Move, and third was Roses for Us, followed home then on the inside by Trilogy Miss, and further away then came Feminine Ways and Barrymore Lass, followed by Spinnaker Bay and Whispering Sands, and Comic Relief has pulled up in last place.
Yes, well, as Ian Craig said, I think you might hear more there. The numbers 2, 5 and 1 past the post. It'll be a photo, but there you can see on the head-on shot that What's Cooking has virtually done a left-hand turn and come out and collected the stablemate Timely Move. And they go to the line, and What's Cooking has lasted to win it about a half head, but I would be staggered if the rider of Timely Move doesn't throw in a protest here after the running of the third race. And number 1 Roses for Us in third placing. Here's the high angle shot. What's Cooking running away from the rail, taking Timely Move with it. Bit of contact. The rider of Timely Move very much restricted in what he could do with the whip over the final 100 metres. There's not much between them there, only about a head in it coming up towards the line. What's Cooking holding on. Timely Move lunging at it, but just didn't get there. About a half head in it, but I think we're almost certain to hear more. The fourth...
Particularly proud of. This is Dalmatia, a multiple Group 1 winner who, along with the Immortal Emancipation, is one of the best horses to come through Neville Begg stables in recent years. Dalmatia was the complete racehorse. His acceleration put him in a class of his own.
Dalmatia put paid to them in the twinkling of an eye. Dalmatia, the favourite, is going to win the Epsom. It's well clear of rare form, Tsar Royal. And on the
Dalmatia won 9 races, 5 of them group races, including the 82 Epsom and the 83 Rawson. He was second in his only 2 starts at 2. He went on to be a group winner of 4 races from 1,400 to 2,000 metres at 3 and a multiple Group 1 winner at 4. Pedigree-wise, Dalmatia is hard to go past. His sire is Sir Tristram, now the greatest source of Group 1 winners in the world today. He moved ahead of Northern Dancer, who went to stud a decade earlier when Marauding won the Golden Slipper Stakes. Apart from siring 27 Group 1 winners, Sir Tristram has, with 8 crops racing, more than 100 stakes horses. His progeny have won over $12 million. How much does Dalmatia resemble his famous father? David Barth.
Good horse to handle, a lot of character about him. Patrick Hogan was telling me that out of all the sons of Sir Tristram, he'd be the closest to type amongst them, not necessarily in looks. He's a bit finer horse than his father, but out of all of them, he seems to be more true to type than the other sons at stud now.
Dalmatia rocketed into second place on the first crop stallions table when Flotilla grabbed the Queensland Juvenile Group 1 double, the Castlemaine Stakes and the QTC Sires Produce.
To the front, and he's home and hose. Flotilla's too good for superb effort.
Clearly the Dalmatia stock have a great deal going for them. Athletic types with good bone and substance, they can win as juveniles with the promise of much more to come with maturity. Gay Juss, the dam of Dalmatia, is a winning half-sister to the great Gay Poss. It all points to Dalmatia being very much the ideal choice to carry on the fine tradition of Beamer, given such a superb and sustained start by his running mate Biscay. Dalmatia, the name of a new era at Beamer.
Let's check now the approximate dividends for the extra double at Sandown. The first leg went to number 1, Bold Lily. First leg sub not required. Second leg sub in race 4 is number 1, Parslip, and it'll pay $5.15. Number 2, Bow Radiant, $28.25. 3, Caesar's Right, $18.55. 4, Aiming, change of rider there. J Massett replacing D Lawson and aiming to pay $37.40. 5, Ivory Bow, $20.80. Number 6, Numeriamus, $7.05. 7, Order Up, $43.95. 8, Pawnee Brave, $134.95. Number 9, Beau's Ambition, $34.95. Mescalino is out, and number 11, Captain's Return, to pay $149.60. As I mentioned, J Massett will be riding number 4, Aiming, in race 4, and there's also a riding change in the 7th event, number 9, Like a Topic. Johnny Massett once again taking the ride, replacing D Lawson. OK, lots more to come. Hope you've found a winner so far, and hope there are plenty more in store for you. We'll be back after this break. Sea Scandal under the whip from about the 1,200 metre mark, but he's still got the money. The favourite, 125.80. Second, King Rang, 95. Third, Imperial Coup, $5.35. The Quinella paid $4, and the trifecta, $167.05. Now, the extra double in Sydney today. Let's take a look at those in Brisbane. There you see the field standing in the stalls. They're racing. Let's take you to Wayne Wilson.
Just as they left the gates, Dare to be Grand missed the kick, and Kutzbach came out fast. Malaga Don and Smart Off is showing speed. Donny's Chance is handy but a bit wide early. Wet Who drifting back. Silai, Oriental Tribute at the rear. Go Benny's going fast at the post the first time. Leads Kutzbach by a length. Malaga
Protest
Don
upheld, Sydney.
Third. Smart Off had trapped out fairly wide, and then Dare to be Grand, who's pulling a little bit over on the inside of Donny's Chance. And then further back to Wet Who. Then Sir Zamazan, who's drifted back to third last. To Silai, 4 lengths off at the rear. Oriental Tribute. Heading up the Nudgee Road side, they go to the 1,400. Go Benny's the leader. Go Benny leads by 2 lengths. Kutzbach second. Malaga Don is a length and a half away third, but he's trapped 3 wide at the moment, racing on the outside of Donny's Chance and Dare to be Grand. A length to Smart Offer, then Wetu on the inside, Sazamazan, Silai. Oriental Tribute now last. Racing along the back, not a great deal of speed on in the middle part. Go Benny's leading by 2 lengths. Second, Kutzbach, 3/4 of a length away. Third is Malaga Don. 1 to Donny's Chance, Dare to be Grand, and then Smart Offer. 1 to Wetu, and then Sir Zamazan. He's third last on the inside, giving the leader, I guess, 6 lengths. then Silai, who's second last, and Oriental Tribute still at the rear. 800 metres to go. They're on the next bend, and as they slip down the side, the leader, it's Go Benny by a length and a half on Kutzbar. Negaway third on the inside, Dare to be Grand, and then Malagadon, followed by Donny's Chance, and Sir Zamazan's getting a lovely run right up along the inside. He's gone up to be behind the leaders as they race onto the bend. Smart Office next on the outside, followed by Silai Wetu and Oriental Tribute. Coming onto the corner now, 400 metres to go, and the boy on Malagadon has made a quick dash, and he sent him to the lead. As they straighten up, it's Malagadon, a half length in front of Dare to be Grand. Sir Zamazan coming across the heels of those leaders, and he's chiming in on the outside with a great burst. Silai starting to make up ground, and then Wetu, who's going for a run in the middle. Sir Zamazan's just in front. Wetu trying to push through in between horses. Sir Zamazan in front. Wetu starting to cut him down. Sir Zamazan and Wetu, they hit it, and boy, it's close. Very tight between Sir Zamazan and Wetu. 3 lengths away third, Silai. Then Malagadon, Oriental Tribute, Dare to be Grand. The next one home, Donny's Chance, Smart Offer. Followed in by Kutzbar and Go Benny last.
Well, I'm not going to stick my head in here. This is a photo, and it's very, very close between Sir Zamazan and Wetu. Just depends where the line is there. It looks as though on the outside Sir Zamazan may have just won, but depending on the camera angle, well, the judge is going to have a bit of trouble sorting those two out. A photo between numbers 3 and 10 with Silai third. Now, as we said, the protest in Sydney upheld. Details in a moment. In Brisbane, race 5, Coalface $16.65 and $6.75. Dame de Siècle $4 and $2.45. Dance Art $30.60 and $4.10. Annesley Rose $13 and $3. Call Me Biddy $4.65 and $1.65. Classic Novel $30 and $8. Crown Hope $3.25 and $1.75. Jour la Partie $4.70 and $1.45. My AG and Princess $22 and $4. Sunsani is $2.90 and $1.20. Number 11's out, 12 My Maxine, $12 and $2. Relatively unfancied, the rest of them, until we get down to I'm a Believer, $10.20 and $3.30, number 17. Go over to Brian Martin.
Now they're just about set. Beau's Ambition, Namiri Amos is set. Now we're waiting on the all-white Pawnee Brave to go up with Captain's Return. It goes in now. And they're ready for the Matrice Welder, race 4 on the program. Lighters on and they're off and racing. Order Up went up with the gates and missed it about 2 or 3 lengths. Namiri Amos a bit slow to get going. Beau Radiant one of the first to hop out. From Ivory Beau, Parslip, Captain's Return and Pawnee Brave racing a little wide. Namiri Amos is starting to improve with Beau's Ambition, then Caesar's Right and Aiming, and 2 or 3 lengths last of all is Order Up. At the 1,300 metre mark, and the leader is Beau Radiant about 3/4 in front. Now Parslip went up second. Then Captain's Return, Namiri Amos, and on the fence, Beau's Ambition, Caught Deep, Pawnee Brave. Then Ivory Beau around Caesar's Right, and Aiming is on the outside of them, and 2 lengths to Order Up last of all. Coming up now with about 1,050 to run, and the leader, Beau Radiant, by a length. Parslip, Beau's Ambition, the fence, 1.5 lengths, Namiri Amos fourth. Captain's Return outside it on the fence, Caesar's Right, a length Aiming. Racing wide as Pawnee Brave, and then Ivory Beau being ridden along, and last of all is Order Up. At the 800 metre mark, and the leader, Beau Radiant, 1.5 lengths, Beau's Ambition. On the outside of them is Parslip. They've got away from the fence, and Caesar's Right went up on the inside of Namiri Amos, a length further back, Captain's Return. 2 or 3 further back is Order Up, pulled out wide. A few of these are starting to scout deep from Pawnee Brave, Ivory Beau, and Aiming last of all. On the turn, Beau Radiant away from the fence from Caesar's Right. On the outside, Beau's Ambition, then Parslip. Namiri Amos goes back to the inside, and the straight 500 metres to go. The leader, Beau Radiant, from Caesar's Right, getting up on the fence. Parslip further out. Then Namiri Amos, and down the outside is Order Up from last. Caesar's Right got to the front from Parslip. Order Up on the outside, coming home well. Caesar's Right in front, though, with 150 to run from Order Up and Parslip. Caesar's Right, the grey, kicked away, though, from Order Up and Parslip, and he's doing it well, Caesar's Right. Revelling in the going today, and Caesar's Right by 3 lengths to Order Up. 1.5 lengths, Parslip third, then Beau Radiant, Ivory Beau, Beau's Ambition. Namiri Amos, Captain's Return, Aiming, and a long way back tailed off is Pawnee Brave. Caesar's Right, the grey, is the winner of race number 4 on the card. Number 3, Caesar's Right, ridden by Simon Marshall. He's come home for a good win, this. Order Up, after missing the kick by 2 or 3 lengths, has come around the field, has run second, but beaten out of sight by the grey Caesar's Right. He struck some trouble last start at Moonee Valley, the winner. And Parslip, every possible chance, has got into third placing, number 1. 3, 7 and 1, the placings on the 4th event for the day, 3, 7 and 1. And the winner, The form shows beating 3 home at the Valley, beaten 14 lengths, but struck trouble at an early point and dropped from 56.5 down to about 51.5 today, so it was a sizable drop, and I suppose back on the heavy track put him in with a chance. Caesar's Right, he's a real wet tracker, and he's about 4.10 and 1.10. Second order up, number 7, $1.55, and Parslip travelled nicely, close enough to win easily on the home turn, but he was fairly ordinary in the run to the post, and he's to pay 70. Namiri Amos, slow to get going, got into about 4th position. Caesar's Right got up on his inside, and then he weakened from the home turn, Namiri Amos, and he was a beaten horse a long way from home. 3, 7 and 1 on the 4th event for the day. And the winner getting to the front here, the grey Caesar's Right over the chestnut there, Parslip. An order up looked a good hope of going fairly close for a couple of bounds, but his run is starting to weaken as the grey pulls away. Young Marshall, Simon Marshall, hitting the horse now and the shadows of the post, but he's got too big a break on order up, and Parslip, and oh well, he's just essentially a wet tracker, this fellow Caesar's Right, and home he comes there in the Matrice Welder race number 4 for the day. So the numbers are 3, 7 and 1. 3, 7, 1 and the time of 1:42.1 after race 4 at Sandown Park.
Thanks, Brian. And the Quinella $30.10 and the trifecta $246.35. The extra double today on 1 Bold Lily and 3 Caesar's Right. 1 and 3, $18.55. No sub in the first leg, and the second leg substitute was number 1 Parslip. Right, we're coming up to the running of the next event in Sydney. In the previous race there, a protest second against the winner was upheld. And let's take a look at the concluding stages now. Race number 3 in Sydney.
Around the turn now, and Spinnaker Bay the outside. She's had to work a little. She and Comic Relief stride for stride. 1.5 lengths on Roses for Us, and What's Cooking is joining in, and then Timely Move at the 200, and quickly the Denim pair have raced past on the inside. Spinnaker Bay and Comic Relief, and What's Cooking is just in front of the stablemate Timely Move. Timely Move having a shot at What's Cooking. What's Cooking's running. Timely Move off the track. What's Cooking just in front of Timely Move. What's Cooking has won it in the nose, but there'll be a protest. What's Cooking a nose, Timely Move, and third was Roses for Us, followed home then on the inside by Trilogy.
There was a protest and it was upheld. Number 5, Timely Move, getting the race, 5.65 and 1.25. 2 What's Cooking, 85. 1 Roses for Us, $1. The Quinella, $13.70, and the trifecta, $128.45. Speaking of protests being upheld, the previous event in Brisbane, the protest has been upheld there. And the numbers in race 4 now 3, 10 and 6. And here are the final stages, with on the outside number 10 Suzamazan in the gold and green colours getting to the front. You can see Wetu trying to get through in the middle.
Of What's Cooking, young Troy Phillips, who's on latest word in this race coming up. Flags down, and they'll be in view at any tick of the clock, and here they come now charging into view, and the early leader is Physique over Karina Magic out wide, and Madalena prominently placed, followed by Kahana Bay. Bernard's Pleasure sitting out 3 and 4 deep in the early stages. Latest word settles down midfield. On the fence, Flying Gypsy, and then Son of Bijou and Wilhelm, and Port Fair is last, and racing 3 or 4 off the rail. Past the mile post and sweeping to the back, and Karina Magic in front at a pretty good gallop. Showed the way by a little more than 2 lengths on Physique, and 3/4 away the grey Bernard's Pleasure. 1.5 lengths then to Madalena on the outside of Kahana Bay at the 1400 mark. Latest word in a beautiful spot, running 6th. On the fence then Flying Gypsy, followed by Port Fair, Son of Bijou, and Wilhelm is last as they go to the 1200 metres mark, and there's a ton of pace on. The leader is Karina Magic, in front by a bit more than a length to Physique in second place. Running third, 1.5 lengths away then Kahana Bay on the inside of Bernard's Pleasure, and then Madalena, Flying Gypsy, latest word. Son of Bijou third last, Port Fair second last, and Wilhelm is last, but only 7 lengths covers the field. Karina Magic in front at the 900 mark, 1/2 length on Physique, going up to put some pressure on it now. 2 away third, Kahana Bay on the inside of Bernard's Pleasure. Latest word is absolutely coasting at the moment. He's parked out 3 deep on the outside of that grey horse, Bernard's Pleasure. Then Flying Gypsy, Madalena, Son of Bijou not travelling well, is being pushed hard by Johnston. Port Fair is well back, and Wilhelm dropped out last as they near the turn. Karina Magic in front, 1/2 length on Physique on the outside. Latest word tracks them into the straight, and by golly, he looks to be going well. Then Flying Gypsy, followed by Kahana Bay, getting up on the fence, but in the straight now. Karina Magic led from Physique. Latest word popped the question, and Kahana Bay getting a rails run, or trying for that as they come to the 200 mark. Karina Magic in front. Latest word trying to reach it further out. Madalena, and Flying Gypsy is weaving between horses. Anyone a 4 can win. Latest word wide. Flying Gypsy getting the rails run. Madalena down the outside, but Latest Word won't give up. He's just in front and he got there. Latest Word has beaten either Madalena or Flying Gypsy. He just keeps going, Latest Word. Then Son of Bijou, who was gone at the half mile, from Carina Magic, Kahana Bay, Wilhelm, Port Fair, Physique, and last of all is Bernard's Pleasure. I don't think I'd ever want to own a champion. If I were a prolific racehorse owner, I'd just want to own a Latest Word. Thank you, that'd do me. 21 starts, 8 wins, 4 placings, and he's just all guts. Latest Word, ridden by Troy Phillips, has won race 4. He's going to pay $1.45 and 65. Very close second, Madalena on the place tote, 85 cents, or Flying Gypsy the place, an even $1. Ken, wouldn't you love to own a horse like that?
I sure would, John. He hasn't quite paid the 2 to 1, but we'll cop $1.45. Sweet. Well, that boy's actually been first over the line 3 times in a row. He lost the last race, but he'll be hanging on to this one. Latest Word in the yellow cap, just getting to the lead here. Now, Madalena, ridden by Marie Linden, is outside him in the red. She's strong for a girl. She looks pretty good with the whip. And Flying Gypsy has switched back to the inside. He was momentarily held up for a run. Now he's clear. He's diving after these two leaders. I thought for a stride here, about 70 metres out, he was going to go past them, but he just wasn't good enough. And Latest Word, with young Phillips throwing everything at him, has hung on to win. Marie Linden second on Madalena, and Flying Gypsy just faded a fraction on his run on the rails in 3rd spot. That was race 4, 1 winner up. Race 5 is the Missile Stakes, and in this I'm sticking with the favourite, Campaign King.
Righto, Ken, numbers official 243 at Rose Hill, 243. The winner to pay $1.45 and 65. He hasn't got the prettiest galloping action, has he, Latest Word? He tends to get his head up in the air. In fact, if you didn't know better, he gallops like a horse who's feeling his joints a little bit. He's just got a stilty way of going, but I don't think he's ever had any soundness problems. He's got plenty of heart. Here he is coming back to scale right now. OK, coming up on Wide World of Sports, we're off to the final of the World Snooker Championship.
$25 and 70, number 4 Madalena, $1.05. 3 Flying Gypsy, $1. The Quinella, $7.65. Trifecta, $48.25. And Grace Point, number 5, was a late scratching in race 4. Well, the next event at Sandown is a pretty important one. It's the first leg of the TAB double. It's also the second leg of the quadruple. His appearance hasn't dulled over the years. Let's have a look at him.
Rancher is making a 1 act of the Maribyrnong Plate with about 200 metres left to go. He's hard held. He's about 8 lengths clear. In second place, Trading Post, followed by Jack and Dandy, and well back to Beatrice Maribyrnong. But this horse has eased right down. It's 4 in a row. He's a brilliant colt rancher, and he eased down to score.
They called him the excitement machine. No spring 2-year-old, with the sole exception of Luskin Star, has been so decisively superior to his contemporaries. After wins from 4 starts that spring, Rancher was put away till the autumn. It was a similar story the following January, win after win. But the one that mattered, the Group 1 Blue Diamond Stakes, was still to come.
He's going